welcome to another Big Idea hosted by yours truly, news anchor Artie. I'm calling my program Primate Line. Don't watch alone. Why? Because our big idea is on the line. We want to see this big idea at work inside of us so it can change the world around us. So let's get out in the world today and see where we can spot generosity. It's making someone's day by giving something away.
You know, at the Big Idea Experience, we talk a lot about how a big idea is something that happens inside of you to change the world around you. This month, we're talking about generosity, making someone's day by giving something away. And it absolutely can change the world around you. We're breaking out of the Big Idea soundstage and we're heading into the world by shooting this on location. We're about 2 hours away from the Big Idea headquarters in Wichita, Kansas, and a small town called Independence, Kansas, where we're checking out Riverside Park and Ralph Mitchell Zoo to see the big idea of generosity going to play in the world that we live in. You know what's really cool is the story actually starts in 1914 when 50 acres was donated to the city of Independence so that they could use it for a park. In 1925, the Ralph Mitchell Zoo was added to the park. It's named after a former Independence mayor. The cool thing about the zoo is it's completely free. In fact, you can get into the zoo because of generous donations from the community and from people that visit. The zoo has a lot of really cool animals and this cool monkey island, which is home to a famous monkey, Miss Abel, the first primate to go into space. Now, during the Great Depression from the 1930s to the 1940s, there were a lot of projects like building walls and all kinds of different things around the park that was done by the community. And in 1930, the very first baseball game played under artificial lighting was played right here in Independence, Kansas. In 1950, the carousel was added to the park, and in 1953, this really cool miniature train was added that takes you on a ride around the golf course that shows a history of the park and Independence, Kansas itself. Now, this park doesn't just have a small train. They also have this really big train. In 1955, this giant 1050 steam engine was given to the people of Independence, Kansas. And this is not the only big item that Riverside Park has. Speaking of big, this giant Corythosaurus, which was used in the World Fair, came right here to Independence, Kansas. So what is all this? A zoo, a dinosaur, a couple trains have to do with generosity. Well, generosity is making someone's day by giving something away. So how much should generosity cost? I mean, you can give things away, but how do you know if it's really generous? Well, you know what's funny is the thing that reminds me most about generosity here at Riverside Park actually only costs a nickel. In 1950, when this carousel was added to Riverside Park, a nickel could get you a bottle of Coke, it could get you a quarter gallon of gas, get you a pack of gum. Today, a nickel doesn't go nearly as far. But what's really cool is that when the donations came in for this carousel, the wish of the donors was that the cost of this carousel would always remain a nickel, so that any kid could enjoy a ride on the Riverside Park carousel. Honestly, the whole park reminds me of generosity. I know coming here certainly made my kids' day, but it was only possible because other people were willing to give things away. From the zoo, to the park, to the mini train, especially the carousel. All those things were made possible by other people's generosity. There's a quote that I love, and it goes like this: "Everyone can be generous because everyone has something to give. Maybe all you have to give is a nickel, or some of your time by spending time with your little brother or sister, or a kind word like thank you to your teacher or the person that cleans the hallways at your school." When we put the big idea of generosity to work inside of us, it will definitely change the world around us.
Wow, I don't know about you guys, but it sure does want to make me maximize my potential by finding out what I have that I can give away. Everyone can be generous and make someone's day. Hey, I got an idea. How about I generously share what I have? A joke! What's a turkey's favorite dessert? A peach gobbler! Hopefully that made someone's day. See you next time right here on The Big Idea.